Ow. I'm trying something a little different where instead of holding back to get good items, I'm just gonna go for front running for most of the races. I'm also going to focus more on building up my coins faster, because usually I stay like at low coins, but I want to try getting up my coins. It's a little shortcut. Little boost I can do right there. Two quick little boosts. Tried to go for it. Desert Hills I usually hold back to get triple mushrooms for the beginning, but I'm going to not do that. See how much of a difference it makes. I'm also going to try doing this. Ah, I missed it. There's a little trick you can do right there to help get you out of the off-road. Desert Hills is pretty straightforward. There is one little trick I'm going to try right here. Save a little bit of time on that corner. I could have taken that cleaner, but that saves a little bit more time compared to just taking the long way around. Is my mushroom food to do a little boost right there. Just got that corner a little bit sooner. So I can't really use the mushroom food to take a longer shortcut through off-road, so I opted to use it right there. Like that little corner cut right here, it would need a mushroom. Oop, I missed a rail. I'm gonna not take the rail right here. I'm gonna see. I believe it's a little bit faster to not take it, depending on the line you're taking. Shy Guy Bazaar. So this track I am going to hold back a little bit. I want to get triple mushrooms and maybe a star or a boo or a mega mushroom because I want to cut through large portions of the desert track on this. So I'm going to hold back just a little bit. Alright, should be good. Now that I'm in last place, I don't have to worry about any other items hitting me, so I can make my way back up. So the first mushrooms I'm going to use on this shortcut here. Do a boost, hit the rock right here, get back onto the track, and then another shortcut coming up on this rock right here. I'm going to use a mushroom to boost into it. That's fine, that's why I held onto that. I didn't want to use it just yet. Now I still have a star. I'm going to use that star. Perfect timing. I think I can make it all the way. Alright, had to burn my feather a little bit early, but that's alright. Oh. I'm gonna charge a jump so I can jump really high on this ramp right here. Make my way on this little rail. Now I'm gonna start charging a drift so that I can boost through this off-road right here and finish right here in the finish line. There's a tiny little shortcut I can do with a boost food. I'm gonna pick one up so I can try it. And it's right here. I did it a little bit too early, so I had to go through a little bit of off-road. That's alright. Watch out for these bombs. Second place, I might be able to get a mushroom off of this. I didn't, but now I have defensive items, so I'm going to hold on to these. Do a double trick right here, charge a jump. On a lot of straightaways, if you're able to get like an orange boost, it's good to charge a jump after, so that you can get a little bit of a boost, because the speed you have from the orange mini turbo is enough to make up the speed lost from charging a jump, because it does slow you down a tiny bit. Alright, here's my favorite stage, Wario Stadium. Start with a little trick right here, get onto this wall, ride the rail, fling left 3 times. Ride here, it's a little bit too low, so I'm going to go for this main path right here. I'm going to take this turn wide so I can ride up on the wall right here and ride the rail to get a little bit more coins. I'm going to charge a jump right here because I want to jump over this hill and hopefully land a little bit sooner. Take one last turn. And boost into the finish line. This route, it has a lot of straight roads, but there are a little bit of boosts here and there you can do to make up space, make up time. So here I'm going to go a little bit to the left so I can trick off of this little ledge right here. I'm going to grab a double item box, and I'm going to go into this boost rail, do 4 tricks here. 2, 3, miss 1, 4. I'm going to charge a jump after this boost panel. Oop. A little bit too close. Where did that shell come from? Was that mine? Feather. Feathers are used defensively. They can also be used for shortcuts. Feathers, while they do kind of kill your speed, they can be really helpful for doing shortcuts and also avoiding items. Having 20 coins going... Oh, I went too far. You get back on the rail. I'm gonna fling myself right across. Barely made it. Jump over here so I can land on this rail. I'm going too fast, that's why. Lost a little bit of time there, but that's alright. Boosted the off-road, and finish the race. Unfortunate time loss, but I will keep rolling with it. Bowser's Castle. Here, I'm going to opt to stay back a little bit so I can get some items. Ideally, I'm looking for a Mega Mushroom, but triples and another mushroom might be good. It's one. I'm gonna take a slower path. Hopefully the CPUs can pass me. I'm gonna hold back and brake. Just start holding back. Alright, should be good. Should be able to make it up here. There's one. Can I get one more? Should be another triple, or maybe a single mushroom. Okay. Golden mushroom is good. I'll use it to... We're going to use the mushrooms to cut through the lava right here. So I'm going to jump up onto this ledge here. Do a little drift. Oh. And start boosting through here. I'm sure that lost time overall, but it's a fun little cut to do. Alright, this is Bowser's Castle. This has 3 pretty difficult shortcuts. I'm going to try to do all of them. I'm going to do the version that is the lower path. So I'm going to try to jump right here, try to hit the wall on my left. Missed it. That's alright. I'm going to respawn a little bit ahead. I'm going to line up on this third triangle. This is going to be 2 shortcuts in a row, so I'm going to do 1 and then 2. Barely missed it. Can I go 1 for 3? 0 for 3, that's alright. Bowser's Castle to Toad's Factory. This one has a lot of straight roads as well. There's not a lot of drifting to do. There is one shortcut you can do with mushrooms on the intermission course too there. So I'm gonna hold back and try to get mushrooms so I can do that little mushroom cut at the end of Lap 2. So I'm going to hold back. And should be good. I'm going to make my way back up to the front by slipstreaming. Yeah, I'm in 24, so I'm going to burn these. I'm going to get 2 little trick boosts right here. Oh, I'm going to get 1 little trick boost right here. I'm going to get 1 more little trick boost here, and this should be good. I'm going to use this Mega Mushroom to take this cut pretty close. And then use the other mushrooms to cut through this little part right here. I'll save that last mushroom. Need to build up my coins a little bit more. I'm gonna go in this middle section and start charging a jump because I want to jump onto this rail right here. Get off it a little bit early. Hit this boost and start boosting. I'll use a rewind to avoid the red shell. I do want to save this mushroom for this shortcut coming up right here. Instead of going on the left and the rails, I'm going to go over here. Start drift into the mud. And take that a little bit sooner. This beginning section, I don't like to sandbag on this one. I started doing it, but then I felt like it wasn't really worth it because the items... I feel like the CPUs don't pass you in time for it to be worth it. So I'm going to try to get little boosts off of these little waves. I'm going to hop up on here because this is road. And I go a little bit faster on road, so I'm going to take this little part. I do need more coins, so I'm going to take this rail right here and fling back onto the main course. So there you saw me doing 2 tricks and then charging a charge jump because I'm on a straightaway. And I have enough speed from the boost to... should make up time for it, for charging one. So there's a trick you can do here. I'm going to try it. I've never done it before. Not what I had in mind, but that works out too. Save a little bit of time cutting those corners. Next up is Acorn Heights. The intermission highway to here has a lot of open space, so I'm going to hold back and try to get mushrooms so I can cut through these. large open spaces off-road a little bit quicker. So I'm not going to hold a charge. I'm going to wait a little bit and then go. Hopefully I'm in the 10th place, 15th, 17th, 19th. That's all right. It's perfect. And hopefully I can stay below 10th place in this next item box. Oh yeah, I should be good. What do I have? A star. That's perfect. So I'm gonna slipstream my way past the entire pack and then start boosting through the off-road. Just gonna cut out a little bit early. I'm gonna go back onto the road. A feather is nice. There's a mushroom shortcut towards the end of this course that you can do. You can also do it itemless, but having a feather makes it a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm also having no coins. I have no coins, so I'm going to build up my coins again. Oh, I got my feather back. That's nice. There we go. You can also do that without any items, but having that feather makes it a little bit easier to do. Next up is going towards Boo Cinema. There's a couple shortcuts you can take on this track. There's some interesting ones right by the Boo Pier that you can take. I'm going to try those. I'll start with a little trick boost right here. Three in a row. 4 in a row. That's just for fun. It is about the journey, not the destination. You do need a little fun every once in a while. See if I can get a feather. Coin. I do need coins. I'll take that. Sorry, Peepa. Oh, I got hit. I did it too soon. No! That's unfortunate. But maybe I'll get a mushroom or a feather. We'll see. Mushroom. This is a cool boost I can try right here. I missed it. You know what? I'm gonna go back and try it again. I'm not gonna try it again. Oh, actually, because I have a mushroom, I'm going to try something. So there's a tree in the goop that you can do tricks off of. I'm going to try for it. Not the most optimal way to do that shortcut, but that works out. Here I'm going to jump up on this rail and right a little bit, fling to the right. Oh, I missed it. You can fling to the right onto that little triangle part to line yourself back up onto the track, and it's a nice little way to cut that corner. Next up is the route to Mario Circuit. This route leads to Mario Circuit 1. There's a couple little ledge boosts I can do right here. I'm going to go for 4 of them. Missed one. There's 2 more I can do. There we go. Got one. I'm gonna use my banana so I can get the coins, build up my coins. So there's a corner you can cut right here if you have mushrooms, but because I don't have any, it's this little corner right here. I'm gonna go around the long way. I'm gonna drift into Mario Circuit. And this one's a really short course, so blink and you almost hit. Nice. Let's toss this behind me. I built up a triple Ultra Mini shortcut. Ultra Mini Turbo. I'll take those. So if you opt to sandbag on this beginning section, you can cut through this grass on that section right there with mushrooms. I believe it needs about 2 to fully cut through it. Built up an Ultra Mini Turbo, so I'm going to charge a jump and get a little bit extra boost out of that. Throw my banana so I can use the coins and pick up another item right here. Now I'm not going to be jumping on the cow, because I did not get up onto the fence. I lost my drift, because I was turning my camera. Use this to bump onto here. Moo Moo Meadows is a surprisingly technical track. There's a lot of little tiny little jumps you can do if you hit them just right. If anyone knows what track this song name is, what the song name is for this track, please let me know. I've been trying to figure it out what it is. I can't place this song. The part that goes da 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 has been in my head for a couple days, and I can't figure out what the song is called. I do a charge jump onto the fence so I can ride this rail too and start doing little rail hops to pick up a little bit of speed. And here's another straightaway. Not a lot to do on this one. I can pick up some coins. So here I'm going to ride on this rail. It's a little bit faster if I stay on it. Cuts through off-road. Jump back down so I can get an item. What do I get? Coin. Oh, those went on the rail. I thought they were going to hit me. Throw this early, get those coins. This is another track that doesn't really have a lot of, like, insane shortcuts. It's mostly a lot of taking the best lines. So I'm going to focus on this. I'm not going to fall off. And I'm back up to 20. There is a little optimization you can do right here. You can take this path over here and start doing trick boosts off of these little bumps. So this is a route change. This is the S path. So instead of going to Starview Peak, instead you go to DK Pass and then Starview Peak. It used to be you go to Starview Peak first before DK Pass, but there's a little optimization change. It saves about 2 seconds going to this path first. There's a lot of people that were looking into optimizing this route for this category, trying to find the shortest path between all 30 tracks. There were people that were looking into every submitted run, doing frame counts, and getting an average time for each route, trying to find the most optimal path to take through the entire game. Put it off-road here. I've never done that with the food boost before, so that was interesting. I usually sandbag to get a mushroom, so I can take that shortcut. But I'm glad to know that works with food boosts. Alright, this is DK Pass. There's a funny little boost you can do on this sign right here. I'm not going to do that one. Instead, I'm going to charge a jump to go up here. Interesting. I'm going to go around the long way. Go around this little corner and start another little drift. I'm going to jump into some trees right here. I'm going to jump into this tree, hit the wall, jump back in, hit the tree, and then start charging a little bit this way. Let's make up some coins. And one last turn into the end of the track. Starview Peak. Let's see. There's not a lot of off-road to cut through on this track, on the intermission course. Coin block is good. I'll take those coins. And watch out for the banana. Grab a couple more coins. Here I have another opportunity to charge a charge boost after these two tricks, so 1, 2, 3, charge a boost. There we go. I'm gonna hold on to this. Just in case I get targeted. I would like to use the coin, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna hold on to it. That's why. Take a look around. Beautiful. So Starview Peak is another one of those courses where there's not a lot of shortcuts to take, so most of the optimization comes through just taking clean lines. It's one little thing you can do. I'm going to aim a little bit to the left because I want to go through these little boosts right here. I'll start making my way to the right side of the track because there's a little bit of rail right here. There's a little path you can drive on right here. It's a little bit faster than driving through the water, so I like to go through here. Nice. Next is Sky High Sunday. This is another popular track because of all the boosts you can do. This is another course that's good to sandbag on for items because there's a lot of off-road that you can cut through, and it is worth it, but I'm not going to on this run. I want to see if just taking clean lines is viable. So like on this turn right here, you can do a mushroom cut through here and save taking this big cut. And then here as well is another mushroom boost you can do. Take it a little bit wide so I can grab these coins. I'll toss this because I'm going to go for the double item box, see if I can get more coins. Watch out for the Goombas. They love to ruin my drift. Alright, time for many tricks. I'm going to dive down onto this rail. I'm going to do 2 tricks in a row. I'm going to watch out here. That's a blue shell. I'll use that opportunity to fix my line so I can take this a little bit cleaner. Hold the jump. Blink to the left. That... Okay, I made it. Sometimes if you take that a little bit, like in an odd way, you'll just fall into the gap right between there. can ride this wall, and it's so fun to do. I passed it. I thought this was one of the tracks that was like at the bottom of the list, so I didn't look at the top. Alright, on to Wario Shipyard. There's ice, there's water. Not one of my favorite paths, but there's stuff to it. So here I'm going to charge a jump so I can jump onto this rail, take this a little bit sooner. Jump. Get a double boost. I'm going to take the left path here. There's a couple little bumps you can start doing tricks off of to make up a little bit of time with the boosts. Here is also scary too because it's a little bit hard to avoid the ice walls if you're not careful, just like that. And then the ice here is also off-road, so it slows you down a lot. That's not good. Actually. Oh. If a blue shell hits you in the water, it makes a wave that's big enough where if you rewind, you can ride the wave and start boosting. So it's not the worst thing to get hit by a blue shell in the water. So in a lot of these water sections, want to look for the little peaks of the waves to do tricks off of. You don't need a big wave to do a trick off of. You just need a tiny little bit. I'm going to use this horn because I want to use a mushroom on this cut right here. I'm going to boost right here, start a drift, and take this corner a little bit tighter. Do a charge. I'm going to start charging a jump because I want to jump on this rail right here. There is a way you can do a big, long chain of a trick combo. You hit the tree and then you hit another tree on that little island section. It's really difficult to do, but it is possible. Here I'll do a trick onto these little ropes. Fling left, fling right. And here's one of my favorite finishes in the course. Take this little wall ride right here. Take that turn a little bit sooner and you can finish the race that tiny little bit faster. Peachy Beach. This one has a lot of this one's a straight line through water. It's not the best one to go through. This little section right here, I have a lot of trouble getting boosts off of this. I don't know why. It's probably it's a me issue, but I have a lot of problems getting boosts off of this. All these waves and I can't get any boosts. I feel like maybe if you hold back a little bit, maybe you can get a better wave pattern to boost through. Then we're going to go back onto the land, drive a little bit faster. Here, I'll hit this little boost, make up a little bit of speed. And then this whole section is just calm water, not a lot of waves to do tricks off of, so what I like to do is take a moment to just relax. Take a moment to just relax. Beautiful. So Peach Beach, this is a new section added to Mario Kart World. This is like a whole little plaza center. gonna try something very silly. I tried to go for it. There's a way you can do like a jump boost into that wall to take that shortcut. You need a mushroom to go through the boxes, but if you do a charge jump just right, you can actually go through it with that one. I'm gonna fly down, hit this rail right here so I can ride this down instead of falling down, because falling down is a lot slower. I'm gonna try to get a little boost off of this corner right here, not hit the boxes. Beautiful. I'm gonna take this sharp turn right here. Bump the wall, that's okay. I almost hit myself. I thought it was gonna knock out the shy guy on the water ski. And that is Peach Beach. Next is Salty Speedway. So this one is interesting. There's two options. There's two ways you can go through this. You can stay on the land, or you can take the turn as tight as possible by going through the water. It's a little boring, but I'm going to go through the water. I'm gonna hold on to this mushroom, just in case I get blue shelled. So this first little section, I stay on the sand because driving on land is faster than driving on water. But there is a huge turn through water that is a little faster to actually take. So I'm going to start going through the water now. And I'm going to take this turn as tight as I can. So since I'm taking this turn as tight as I can through the water, it's a tiny bit faster than going through the land. I'll make up my speed. Salty Speedway is interesting because it's a mix of doing tricks and also taking clean lines. So what a lot of people do is, there's some tricks you can do, so I'm going to try to get up onto this rail right here. This is a ledge. That's alright. Oh, I can show you this. There we go. You can dodge blue shells with a mushroom. The timing is very lenient in this game. You were able to do blue shell dodges with mushrooms in previous games, but the timing was a lot, like, tighter. I'm going to take this line right here so I can avoid the water, because I just don't like the water. If I had the mushroom, I could take this little shortcut right here through the boxes, but because I had to use it for the blue shell dodge, it's alright. I'll go around. And that's Salty Speedway. Coming up next is Cheap Falls. This is a lot of people's least favorite map because it is a water map. There's a lot of little rocks and land in the water, so your speed fluctuates, and it makes it difficult to drive through. It's a lot of people's least favorite map. I think it's interesting. I like those, sometimes you need those, like, aggravating maps in the game to balance out the really good maps. Sometimes you gotta have that one that, like, everyone agrees it's like, oh, I hate playing on this map. So these like little flower beds and sidewalks you'll see sometimes on the side of the road, it's enough to be able to do a trick off of it. So if you ever see them, sometimes it's worth it to go through it. I believe there's another one coming up ahead. I'm imagining things, don't worry about it. It's alright. There are these little boost panels, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start charging charge jumps. Do one right here. Make up a little bit of speed in the time I'm not boosting. There's another strategy right here. You can cut that corner if you have a mushroom boost. So if you decide to sandbag on this map, you can do mushroom boosts through the off-road here and here. I'm also going to avoid the feathers because they will send me jumping up into the air, and also I will lose my speed. So I don't really want to lose my speed. I'll jump right a little bit early so I can... Oop. So you probably saw right there that me flying straight up into the air also kind of destroyed my speed. Sometimes, most of the time, you don't want to fall. You want to stay on the ground as much as you can. Here, I'll ride this rail. I'll fling left a little bit and see if I can hit that. Don't worry. I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm going to charge. Never mind. I started turning right. I wanted to charge a jump straight ahead, but the water physics started turning me left, and because I was charging, it started a drift. That's alright. And that is Cheap Cheap Falls. Next up is Faraway Oasis. This one also is like a mix of land and water as well. The path to Faraway Oasis has a lot of off-road, and it's a lot of a straight line, but there are ways you can speed up. There's a lot of little boosts you can do along the way. I will try to point them out as I pass them. So my focus now is I want to build up my coins so I can start going faster again. There's another option. You can also sandbag on this track too. There's a lot of like little corners you can cut with mushroom boosts, like that one I just passed and this one on my right. Lap 2 on this section is basically a straight line. There's not a lot you can do to speed it up. There's a couple things, but it's not the fastest in the world. What I can do is, there's a little rock right here. I'm going to do a little trick boost off of it. Just 1, 2. Yeah, it's okay. See if I can get a slipstream off of Pauline. Yeah, there we go. Also, this corner right here, if you have 2 mushrooms, you can cut this entire turn. Like, you can just cut all the way through that if you have mushrooms. So it's also worth it to sandbag on this track as well. Some other option to go for. Okay, good, I avoided it. I was worried I was gonna lose my drift and fall off by using the feather, but I avoided it. Blink left. I'm gonna jump onto this rail. I'm gonna do one little boost. Now there's a crazy shortcut you can do with this rail by jumping off early. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna jump off here and start riding this rail. You can take that turn a little bit tighter, but if you don't, that little rope rail is also like a nice little safety net to just not fall off. Next up is Great Question Block Ruins. This is a lot of people's favorite track as well because it has a really funny shortcut in one of the last tracks. Where is it? I personally like to call it the funny shortcut because this is it was one of the earliest, like, coolest looking shortcuts found early on in the game's release. And you see a lot of people online always try to go for it. And also a lot of people online also missing that shortcut, so I like to call it the funny shortcut. This road also has a lot of like little shortcuts you can go through off-road if you have mushrooms. There's a lot of little rocks you can start doing boosts off of. And then this is also mostly like a straight line route, so not a lot to do. But I look around. If you have mushrooms, you can take this corner like straight here. I'm gonna start. Oh, I got hit. You can't rewind while you're drifting, so you have to be sure to stop your drift before you rewind. Sometimes I do it a little bit too late and I get hit. And if you get hit and rewind, you lose your speed and you're still being sent back. But because I got sent back, I now have a mushroom, so I'm going to use it to do a little shortcut on this first turn coming up. I'm going to try to hit a rail that's in the off-road, and hopefully I get it. There we go. Nice. In the time trial, they started riding that little wall on that turn right there. It is like a sliver of wall that you can ride. And it is so scary. I can't believe people do that. But all in the name of optimization. I missed it a little bit too late. But yeah, that's the funny skip. The one people always try to do. Next up is Dino Jungle. This one has a couple shortcuts you can do. Actually, I do want to show it off, so I'm going to sandbag on this one. I'm going to hold back and try to get triple mushrooms or star, because there's a cool little shortcut you can do through a ton of off-road. It's not that much faster, but because of how much off-road it is that you can skip through, I think it's worth showing off. So I'm going to hold back a little bit. Try to get to 10th place. 15th place, that's good. A good opportunity. I can probably get another triple mushrooms if I stay. No, they're slowing down, so I'm going to... Maybe? Let's see. Maybe a single mushroom. So this little section where the dinosaur is, you can... Oh, a boo, that's perfect. Beautiful. And a mushroom, that's perfect. So I'm going to hold on to this mushroom. There's a section in like the atrium part of this map that you can do a shortcut through with a mushroom. You need a mushroom for it. So I'm going to hold on to this as long as I can. I don't want to hit the geysers because they will send you flying straight up and kill all your speed. So I do not want to hit those. I want to hit the sides of those. You can trick off the dinosaurs. I'm going to charge jump right here so I can show you. I missed it. That's alright. Alright, here's a little shortcut you can do with the mushroom boost. Good old classic one. Classic shortcut. I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna brake a little bit because I want to take a very sharp turn so I can boost onto here. Hopefully I can beat this before. That's alright. Dino Jungle to Koopa Troopa Beach. Not a lot of shortcuts through this one. There's a couple little optimizations you can do. There's one section in lap 2 you can boost through with mushrooms, but I'm going to not do that. Instead, I'm just going to try front running on this one. You know what? Just for fun, I want to show off this. I jumped a little bit too early. But you can do tricks off of the dinosaur legs. In Dino Jungle, on the second dinosaur that pops up, the blue one, on that first lap, you can do you can do a little boost off of the dinosaur legs to take a little bit of a shortcut through a corner. Maybe I'll get mushrooms. No. Nah, that's alright. I tried to hold back so I can get mushrooms because I was in second place. Hope for a mushroom, but that's alright. Here's another little, like a ledge boost. Missed one. I'll try to get the other one. Nah, that's alright. Although 2 food is good. I can do... There's one little cut you can do on Koopa Troopa Beach with this. There's a jump you can do with the boost. I'll show it off if I can keep these. This is basically the baby park of the game, so it's a simple little circle, but there is one little cut you can do. I'll show it off. There you go, you can jump over that little section. Save a little bit of time. Koopa Troopa Beach to Crown City. Most of it is a water intermission, but there is... You end up going through the beach section of Crown City, so you take the beach lap reverse. I think it's cool. There's one little shortcut you can do at the very end. It's really hard to do because it's over an out of bounds zone, so it is very easy to void out. I will try to do it because it looks really cool. So here, I'm not going to stay towards the center. I'm going to take this turn, like right around here. I'm going to follow this path right around here. Hopefully I get a good wave pattern so I can start boosting through all these waves. I'm going to watch for the peaks of the waves for one to trick. There you go. So this is another like a straight line water section that a lot of people don't like, but I think the water is entertaining enough. I feel pretty simulated going through that. I don't mind it. So I'm going to try to hit on this rail. Got it? Alright. Oh, I missed. I'm going to go over here. Actually, I need to watch out for this. Did I get hit? I didn't. I did get hit. So little sidewalk, you can jump up. I missed it. Right there is another mushroom cut you can do. I'm gonna try to ride on the wall so you can get up onto the roof. Can't. That's alright. I'll take the streets. So I'm going to charge a jump right here because I want to ride the wall on my left and fling to the right. This is a very hard trick. Let's see if I can get it. That is very, very easy to void out on that rail right there, on that wire. It is right over the out of bounds zone. If you hit that just the wrong way, you will void out. And it is very easy to accidentally void out. Crown City to Chaco Mountain. Sort of like a little highway section. There's a shortcut I can take. I'm going to hold back a little bit. See if I can get triple mushrooms and take it to first place. I need coins. A lot of this highway is just the boost panels. I can do a trick off of this little shortcut. Off of that little sidewalk. I got bumped out of the way. That's alright. So I'll use the mushrooms to cut through this corner right here. Try to pick up a boost food. That's alright. I'm actually going to save the star. I want to use it in the track itself. So I'm not going to use it here, but I'm going to use it a little bit ahead. See if I can make it through. Alright, barely got it. So that mud got changed from the original course. Originally that was like a void, but now you can... It's off-road, you can drive through. It's a different change. I don't mind it. Alright, Choco Mountain to Peach Stadium. There is a large shortcut you can take through off-road on the highway part in lap 2. I'm going to hold back so I can get mushrooms to go through that. And then this one isn't the regular Peach Stadium track from like Time Trials or the 3-lap version. This is like I believe the Flower Cup version, where it's like that little square battle arena. So I do want to hold my mushrooms. I'm going to hold on to this. Maybe I can get one more single mushroom. I want to watch out for Rosalina's reds. Alright, so I'm going to use my mushrooms to cut through this huge section right here. So I'll use 1, 2, 3. That was too early. That's alright. Let me mention hidden stats real quick. So all the characters have different boosts to different off-road stats, or like to different driving stats. So there's like smooth road, so like here, there's off-road, and then there's water. Monty Mole is pretty balanced. Monty Mole gets a tiny little boost in off-road stats. So this combo for this category is one of the better ones. There was also a lot of use of like Mario and the one tank ATV I can't remember the name of. That was another popular combo for this category before Monty Mole started being used. We also opt for Monty Mole because Monty Mole has the fastest victory animation in the game. It's like a little under 5 seconds, it's like 4 point something. Alright, the final track in the game is Peach Stadium to Rainbow Road. This is like the finale track of the game. This is the last one you get in the Grand Prix. And this is the final race in this run. We don't do the full 32, we only do the 30. It's a very cinematic intermission. I like this one. This one isn't that bad. I think it's a great build-up to Rainbow Road. It is a straight line, but that's alright. So we end on Rainbow Road because Rainbow Road has no, like... There's no Rainbow Road to another track. Rainbow Road is its own little course. There's no outlet course, so we do end on Rainbow Road. And because the only track that goes into Rainbow Road is Peach Stadium ends up being the second to last one. But other than that, you can do all the courses in whatever connected fashion you want. For our purposes, we end it like this. And welcome to Rainbow Road. There's a lot of little optimizations you can do on here. I'm going to try one of these. I'm going to try to ride this wall right here. That's alright. All these like tiny little turns, you can do like falling boosts off of a lot of these little turns. It is also very dangerous though. So Rainbow Road also has these sections where you're just constantly boosting. Alright, here's an itemless shortcut I'm gonna go for. You can do a boost right here. Nah, it's alright. I tried to do it a different way than I usually do. So here's like a little bit of road where the water starts. Let's see if I can get some double coins again. That is good. I will hold on to that. Section 4 of Rainbow Road is a little bit more technical than the other ones. There's a lot of sharper turns than the rest of the track. There's some cool... There's a wall ride you can do. I believe like it's right here. Let's try for it. That's a hard one to do, but you can do that. And I believe World Record does that for the time trials on this track. And then these little corners right here, you can also do like falling boosts off of these. And this is the final lap. And there are still shortcuts to do in this final lap. There's a really cool one you can do after the next glider section that's coming up. That's alright. I'm in the air, so it's not that bad. This is also another boost section where you're just constantly boosting. I have a feather. I'm going to hold on to that. This is going to help me do a trick if I don't line myself up properly. Alright, so I'm going to charge a jump when I land. And I'm going to try to jump back onto the wall, and then try to hit one of these floating poles. So let's see if I get it. That's out of bounds. Oh, that's not fair. And even up to the final turn in the game, there is one little optimization you can do. Another little falling boost. I'm going to try to go for it. There we go. And... will it be PP? Nope. Dang, that's crazy. That little boost at the end, it helped me tie my personal best. That's alright. I'll try it again.